Yeah, let's talk about Detective Pikachu.
Yeah,
considering we
very middle of the road.
very middle of the road. I was very just lukewarm on it. It's definitely not the worst thing I've ever seen. I didn't regret seeing it. I just kind of walked out and I was like, all right,
It's a movie.
It's a movie.
It's a movie.
It's, you know what it is? It's like a vacuum movie, or it's like a background noise kind of movie.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's like when you're vacuuming your house, whatever. It's just background
that's
noise.
a good way to describe it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you really don't need to pay attention to that. The plot is very it's kind of unoriginal.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think the story beats are pretty unoriginal, and I think the dialogue is tremendous. It's like let's take every comedy's piece of dialogue that isn't funny and throw it in a movie.
Yeah.
The only exception that I'll make is with Ryan Reynolds.
Mm-hmm.
It almost felt like they let him write his own character because he really carried that movie for me.
Well, see, I kind of disagree because one of my gripes was Ryan Reynolds because I felt like it got too much to a point where after every single piece of dialogue, the characters would say Ryan Reynolds always had a retort every single time. And I was like, okay, dude, chill. Just chill. After anything said, after someone said anything, he had to come up with a quip right away. I'm like, dude, stop. Just stop.
See, yeah, I'm definitely not in the same boat. I think he was the only fun part about.
At this point, how can you not believe in climate change?
I mean, I'm not saying everything worked, but I liked him just as he's even though he wasn't there,
he has charisma.
The charisma.
The charisma is there.
It still seeps through his vocal performance.
The charisma is there for sure. He definitely.
The only time I really laughed at what he had to say was when he was shouting for help, in the first scene that help.
Yeah. I know I liked it. It's just kind of midway through the film, especially when they're in the car, is when I noticed it. When they're driving to whatever in that really tiny car, and then the girl character and the dude are explaining the mystery or whatever, and then in the back is Pikachu with Psyduck, and Pikachu has to say something every single time. I'm like, can you just let me breathe, man? It's just let the audience breathe a little bit. But I have a little story with this movie though.
Okay.
I'd already told you, but not them. So I saw it with my friend Mitch, who's a huge Pokemon fan.
Yep.
And I could have sworn this dude was loving every minute of it, because as soon as the Pokemon appeared, I could just feel the excitement in this dude next to me. I could just feel it, and he was laughing at all the jokes. The dude was fidgeting around when it was happening, he's really into it. And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, oh boy, I'm about to wreck this dude's dreams because I am not really feeling it. Whatever. And then after the movie it ended, he's like, so what'd you think? And I'm like, I thought it was all right. And he's like, really? I didn't think it was that good at all. And I'm like, what? I'm like, okay. If the Pokemon fan didn't like it, and the Pokemon non-fan, such as myself, didn't like it.
I think my brother's we're in the same boat. My brother's a huge Pokemon fan, and he was like, it's okay.
I think you're more Pokemon fan than me, because I actually counted. I think I recognized 6 Pokemon, and that was it.
I've played I'm actually kind of replaying them. I'm on the 5th gen right now.
Oh yeah.
And the funny thing is, I didn't like the 4th one because it was very forgettable when I first played it. Mm-hmm. I had just played it, thought it was good. I cannot tell you a single Pokemon.
Yeah. Doesn't your brother think this is in the same universe as the first animated Pokemon movie?
Yeah, because they had one
line of
offline.
I think that was more just an Easter egg.
It was an Easter egg. Yeah. Thank you for being on my side.
I heard that.
He's
yesterday.
well, Mega Evolutions do exist because it's in the same world, and Ash has Mega Evolutions. It's that's. I don't know if that logic applies because we haven't seen a Mega Evolution in the movie.
Right. I don't even know what Mega Evolution is, but it doesn't seem like.
Was that the wind?
It was the wind.
Holy shit, dude!
It's getting a hurricane. Yeah. What more to say about it? I will say this though. I actually watched a bunch of visual effects artists critique visual effects for movies, and they were talking about Detective Pikachu, and they were explaining how the special effects are actually really good because of the dynamics of the hair and all that, and And
oh, like on the Pokemon and
on the
stuff like
Pokemon
that?
stuff. I think the character designs are really cool.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And they look the CG is blended really well in the real world, like with the lighting and everything.
Oh yeah,
Because they look real enough, but they still keep that cartoony. They didn't go full real, and I like that.
Yeah, the aesthetic is really good. I'll say that.
Yeah, and I like the fact that they kind of harken back to like the neo-noir kind of feel, because in the end it is like a detective story. So I like the lighting, and I'm like, okay, it's cool how they're doing like the noir style
the moody lighting.
And but my main gripe though, besides some of the acting, which we'll get into, is the mystery. Yeah. It's not interesting, and the payoff is not great, and it's basically just handed to you. You don't really figure it out. Like they kind of just go on long lines of exposition explaining the mystery to you, and explaining their findings rather than just showing us and not telling us. They tell us, and I understand that this movie is made for kids, so you kind of want to introduce mystery and noir to them, but I feel like they could have done it just a little better. Yeah,
no, for sure. I agree. Just the story in general was just kind of like, it was a weird story to tell. You have the first time you're going to do live action and CGI with Pokemon, and you're going to tell the Detective Pikachu story. We said that off, like, I think when we reviewed the trailer, and I still stand by it, because like there was moments when it was like they set up the Elite Four, and they showed it for like a glimpse, and I'm like, man, I would have really liked to see that as opposed to like
your
what
classic,
tournament style that we were just talking about. Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, for sure, exactly. I'm telling you, man, there's a lot of potential in tournament films. But yeah, I mean, the action scenes were cool to see, like the Pokemon fight each other and stuff like that. But another thing I also have a problem with is some of the acting, which I know a lot of it kind of stems from the directing, but they introduce this female character as like this almost like femme fatale. Her introductory scene is horrendous,
hot
dude.
Garbage.
It's real bad. The acting is real bad. Yeah. And you know what's weird? And I understand you tried to explain to me why. Like, I found it weird that after that scene, that character is completely different, and she's not like that anymore. Yeah. I'm like, what just happened? Here?
Yeah, I like I said, I think it was just a facade. She was just trying to put up a front for like how she wanted to present herself.
Yeah. No, yeah. She was trying to be more like relevant than she was or whatever.
Really fake.
Yeah,
yeah. Like, oh god.
So maybe I think that's kind of what the direction she was giving was, like, act really fake, over the top, whatever, and she did her job, but I don't think it was a good choice.
No,
I think they should have just introduced her as a normal character, a normal journalist or whatever.
Normal journalist.
Which is what she becomes, but again, first impressions are everything. Yeah. So this girl is kind of getting a bad rap because they're like, oh, she's a bad actress. But I'm like, I don't think she's a bad actress. I've seen her in other things that are pretty good. But like...
Yeah, I agree.
But like, I think she was just... that one introductory scene was just not well done. Lighting was cool.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think... What else?
The villain?
I got another complaint.
Yeah, go ahead.
Before you get to the villain,
Yeah.
When I was watching this, and I didn't even know it was PG when I was watching it, and then I kind of figured it was after a while. Mm-hmm. This was not enough to like sustain kids, because I had seen Endgame twice. There was actual babies.
Yeah.
They were more cooperative and like well behaved than they were throughout this movie. These kids would not shut the fuck up.
Oh,
and
really?
I don't blame the kids whatsoever. I don't blame that, because you'd think that this is a kids movie.
Yeah.
But it's just not enough to sustain kids.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you're gonna have all these like these consequences that really don't matter in this movie, like, you can, remove all that and bump it up to a PG-13. The movie would be a lot better.
Kids are smarter than people give them credit for, and if you don't have interesting characters, kids aren't going to care.
Yeah.
They think, put a bunch of flashing lights on screen and that'll be enough.
That's going to distract them.
No, they'll distract them. It's like, no, not really. No, but yeah, you're right. And another thing too is the villain is it's so obvious. It's so obvious. As soon as that actor appeared on screen, I'm like, yep, that's the villain.
Yep.
It was easy, and guess what? It was. They try to throw you through this red herring. Nope. That's the villain.
Dude, but the reveal even after that it had me laughing. Like, the worst kind of way. It was so laughable.
Yeah.
What a joke.
Yeah. So we're still waiting. It's not the worst movie I've ever seen by any means. not.
It has some qualities.
It has some qualities. It's not bad. It's not great. They did put effort into it, I think, especially in some areas.
Yeah.
Especially more than like
I think there's some good moments in that.
Yeah,
movie.
there's some good moments. I could watch some of these moments out of context and enjoy myself, but
I
watching
like
it in the context of the film is not.
I like the Mr. Mime one.
The Mr. Mime scene was great.
Yeah.
And
good.
I also really like the fight between Pikachu and Charizard. You know?
Oh yeah.
And what's the dude? The turtle, Blastoise, right?
Blastoise.
And what's that?
Gengar.
Gengar. I thought that was cool. I'm like, cool.
I wish they wouldn't have cut away from it so many times.
True.
It's like, how did he win? I want to know.
True. Well, Gengar won, right?
Gengar won. How did he win?
Yeah.
I mean, there's no world in which Blastoise should have won anyway. So
yeah. No. I mean, I see. Even the Pokemons. I only knew 6 Pokemons that I knew and could name, but some of them I do recognize. Like like the snake, the purple snake. I don't know what its name, but I know what it is.
Arbok.
Yeah. Or like the weird like gas. Like it has 2 heads. It's like kind of like 2 asteroids, and it's like really gas. It's like purple.
Wheezing.
Wheezy. Yeah. Whatever.
The floating one.
Yeah, the floating one.
Yeah, Wheezing.
See, so I know some Pokemon. I just can't name them. You know what I thought they were gonna do, and this is kind of a mild spoiler.
Mm-hmm.
They find a drug named R, and I was like, is this going to be like a Team Rocket thing?
That's what I was wondering.
I was like, are they going to introduce Team Rocket? Maybe post-credit scene or something like Team Rocket? Nope.
I honestly thought, like, just because how fake she was, I thought that chick was Team Rocket.
Oh, she's the girl with the red hair or whatever?
No, the journalist.
Oh no, yeah, that's what I mean. The journalist. Like, she's the girl with the red hair, like, from the cartoon?
Yeah.
Because the girl from the cartoon has, like, a giant red hair.
Jessie.
Yeah. Yeah, that would have been... See, now that would have been a cool twist. I would have been like, oh, okay. You know?
Yeah.
Better than the twist they had, which was not even a twist.
Yeah.
Overall, not bad, but not great.
I'm going to give it a low 5. There you go.
Low 5. I'm in the same 2.5. I'll boost it up to a 3 just because I had some fun. But it's a very soft 3.
Yeah.
It's 3 out of 5.
3 to 5.